Actually, I was there in Vrindavan briefly at the time Gananava Prabhu was describing, and I went there to get my first and second initiation together on Janmashtami in Vrindavan in 1974, and Prabhupada was definitely in the lion mood. And earlier on, in about January 74, I had gone to Vrindavan before I went to Mayapur and Calcutta and Mayapur temples to serve, and I would help Yamuna clean Prabhupada's room. And one day he came in a little early, and he just wasn't pleased because the whole temple was meant to have been finished, and a lot of people had been, very important dignitaries had been invited, and the temple was just a few layers of bricks as a foundation, so Prabhupada was not happy. And I remember Prabhupada ran his finger along his desk, and I understand that with the floor the way it was, dust would immediately accumulate, and Prabhupada ran his finger along the desk and looked at it and said, "This has not been cleaned." And then a few of the ladies, there were only a few ladies there, and we were staying at Radha Damodar temple, and we'd catch a couple of rickshaws, and Prabhupada would go over all of the accounts, and Gananava no doubt can attest to that, and he was talking about the receipts for all the bags of cement. And Prabhupada was looking, it was something like 4 rupees a day. Why are 4 rupees a day being spent on rickshaws? And I don't know if it was you, Gananava, explained to Prabhupada, or was this, the ladies are going from Radha Damodar temple to come to this site. And Prabhupada said, no, only 1 rickshaw. So we would pile on the 1 rickshaw. I'd be squatting at Jamuna Matahili's feet. There'd be Jamuna Matahili and someone else hanging off the edge at the back. And in those days, the rickshawwallas didn't charge per person. So Prabhupada reduced. So every little paisa, every little rupee, Prabhupada was very, very, very careful about. So, most glorious Srila Prabhupada, please accept my obeisances at your lotus feet. May I prostrate myself at your feet birth after birth, until I am again reunited with you and your followers in the spiritual world. Srila Prabhupada, seeing you in person was a transcendental experience. Being in your company was truly like being in the association of the purest of angels. We felt uplifted in your presence as you gave us the nectar of spiritual knowledge, of devotion to your beloved Lord Krishna. Sitting next to you with your soft palm held out to show me how to chant Gayatri, I felt unfettered from the material plane. My Saviour, my merciful Father. I did some silly things in your presence too, yet you never chastised me. Sprinkling rose water in front of you as you climbed the stairs in Calcutta temple. My spiritual exaltation increasing with each step at being so close to your physical presence led me to stop sprinkling and start throwing the fragrant water before your feet. By Krishna's grace, you didn't slip, you didn't glare at me. Just calmly climb further up the stairs and further into my heart. You were quietly taking breakfast prasad in your bedroom one morning in Mayapur. Krishnarupa, who had cooked that morning, was standing slightly behind you, waiting to see if you were happy with what she'd cooked. The cucumber was bitter and you spat it out. "Have you not tasted this?" he said. I was stunned, and so was the cook. Being as quiet as I could, I was cleaning the same room at that time, swabbing the floor more and more slowly, so I could be in your divine presence that little bit longer. You didn't chastise me, but the same day you declared as a general instruction that all cleaning must be done early. So as a consequence, they'd have to clean the temple room before Mangalati. He said cleaning late is malecha. But he didn't chastise me. One day I had a small cartel bag I had embroidered to give you, Srila Prabhupada. I wanted to please you, to get noticed by you, but when my god sister handed it to you with me peeping over her shoulder, you said, "What is this?" Holding it up by the end, "What is this?" Internally I laughed at my foolishness, Prabhupada. You read our hearts and our minds. Thank you for that lesson. I could list many small incidents like this, but what I really want to do by giving these examples was that, despite being charged with such responsibility by Krishna, you always had time for insignificant devotees like myself. When you looked into our eyes, we knew that you truly knew us and how we had suffered birth after birth. And now we have found you, or you found us. We hold fast to you, Srila Prabhupada, the saviour of the whole world. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.